All right. I think I made it. Uh, Not an easy task. Not today. Oh man. Cancer. What's going on, guys? Welcome to your live reading for your birthday session, or excuse me, birthday session, birthday reading, birthday season. Um, yeah, a lot of technical difficulties over here. I could have swore that Mercury retrograde was over. But anyway, here we are, guys. Cancers, this is for you guys. You crab babies, you. Hopefully, if you're wherever you are in the world right now, guys, I hope you're safe, happy, healthy, secure. If you, if whenever your birthday was, I hope it was a good time. I hope you had an amazing time. Always make time to celebrate yourself. Always make time to take care of yourself, honor yourself. That's one of my core beliefs as a selfish Leo. But so Cancer, if you are able to celebrate, if you were able to celebrate your birthday, I hope you had a great time. And yeah, just take care of yourself on that day and all days, but especially or at least on your birthday. Okay. We're gonna get into it. I'm not sure if I have any mods today. That's okay. Um, so Cancer, how it goes here. If you have any questions for me, feel free to type them in the chat box below. I'll answer them for you in honor of your birthday season. But to start, we're going to do a general overview. And I'm just looking around at the decks that I have within arm's reach to see which one we're going to lead off with for Cancer's general reading tonight. I feel really drawn to the Golden Girls Tarot, so that's what we're going to do, okay? And if you're not a fan of the show, that's okay. It's okay. But I suggest giving it a whirl. It's one of the best shows. Comedic sitcoms. Yeah, it's one of the best sitcoms, probably. It'll go down in history. Anyway, let's see some general messages for Cancer at this time during the birthday season. General overview for them. It's a little bit of a stiff shuffle. Doesn't feel super loose. And Cancer, make sure you check out anything that I've done for you on my channel. So check your Cancer playlist. Also, feel free to check the collective messages if you feel drawn to do so. And I feel like, yeah, I think I did that correctly because I think in May, it was May, I didn't do all 12 signs for the mids, but I did put that collective elemental message in everybody's playlist. So again, take a look back at those things. And if you want to get at me for a personal, you can find information on how to do that down below, okay? So general messages to start for Cancer tonight. Let's see what's going on. And again, guys, if you're interested in participating and you are Cancer born during the season, feel free to type it down below. That was like 15 cards. We're not going to take it. And I was exaggerating. It wasn't 15 cards, but it was more than normal. So we're not going to take those to start. Let's see what's going on. I saw something pop over here. Okay, we're good. That scared me because technology hasn't been good to me today. Yeah, I thought Mercury retrograde was over. Maybe I was wrong. All right, let's see what's going on for you guys, Cancer. General messages. Oh, that did come out in that flop of like 8 cards or whatever. Justice, Libra energy, and then you've got the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So some of you could be attaching yourselves to a Libra, Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or disconnecting from such a person. Doesn't have to be love, but justice is often one of the cards of marriage or some type of significant bond. Thank you. Am I gonna sneeze? Oh God, I hate sneezing on camera. Anyway, yeah, significant bond, but it also looks like somebody walks away from this. So for some, it's a coming together. I did say that some it's a separation, or it's a no thank you is what I'm getting. Knight of Cups energy on the end, with the King of Pentacles in the middle. So there is this opportunity to maybe make a partnership with a person, maybe link up with them, solidify plans, or take things to the next level, become more serious. And I feel like somebody's just like, no, thank you. So again, it's like it doesn't have to be in love. But for many of you, like it's like a mixture. Maybe that's why it's like it's not purely love, it's not just business, it's like both. You know, for others it's like reconciliation with family members or like making plans with family members, going into business with family members, something like that. So it can go in all kinds of ways, but I just feel, someone's like, "Hey, do you want to do this? This is the proposal. I think we would make a good team. I think we'd make a great partnership." Justice, Libra energy, seventh house energy. It's very much union, union, union. What's good for both of us? How can we work together, right? And the King of Pentacles is a pretty, on paper, there it is, on paper, is a, they're reminding me, on paper is a good match. But Cancer, you're kind of like, nah, I'm not interested, or this is what someone's saying to you. It can go vice versa. It's still a general reading. These live readings that I do, these portions of the reading that I do, right? So on paper, King of Pentacles, solid bet, firm individual, male or female, earth sign or not. They possibly want to control things, and that could be a problem. Not to say they're a control freak, but they do want to have the upper hand. So if it was a business deal, it wouldn't be 50-50. Excuse me. They would, there has to be like extra icing on the cake for them. If it's romantic, they earn more, or they have a higher status in society in some type of way. They're more successful in some type of way, and either they or you or vice versa, again, whatever it is, kind of uses that as like adding to their authority. Because I make this money, because I earn this much, because I have this title, because I am, I've got a PhD in this, suddenly that means I know how to do XYZ too. And it's just like those skills don't necessarily overlap or spill over into other categories. And so, like, that's why I think the answer or the feeling, if it's not the answer, it could just be the feeling. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is not known as an individual, or excuse me, as an energy in tarot, as being like grand gestures in the negative, in the no. So it could just be how someone feels on the inside. They would prefer this not go forward, but will still go forward with it reluctantly. And they're reminding me, thank you, they're reminding me that I didn't finish that thought. I feel like one of your readings, maybe it was mid-June or June, I feel like, or maybe it was in your birthday reading, which is like the 5 mini readings in one. I think I talked about someone having a significant connection with a person, a soul, I think it was a soul connection with a person, but being very underwhelmed with who it is, not being overly interested in who it was, like thinking, is that my person? And the universe is confirming to you, yes, that's your person. And you're like, I need a refund on that because I'm not feeling this. So that's what this feels like. Excuse me. For some, it is a union. It is coming together. It is going to flow. For others of you, it's like, no way. Like the feeling is very much, I'd prefer not to get involved here. I'd prefer not for this to go any further. I feel compelled. So I guess this is maybe something I'm going to start doing in these lives, which is fine. Your girl wants to grow as a reader. I want to get a little bit on the Knight of not the Knight of Pentacles, the 10th. I can't talk. Mercury, still in retrograde for me, personally, maybe. Anyway, I want to get more on the King of Pentacles. Who is this person? Why are they here? 8 cards again. More than 8, but a whole stack of cards that I'm not going to read. But I want to get more information on the King of Pentacles. Why is the King of Pentacles here in Cancer's reading? What is the significance of this person? Give me more detail about them. Insight into the King of Pentacles, please, for Cancer. It could be you. If it is you, you already know it. If you're cross-watching, this is what the Cancer is like. But let's see. King of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. More information on this person, please. All right. And the first card out was Six of Wands and High Priestess. Okay, so that's your energy there with the High Priestess. So for some of you Cancers, you are the King of Pentacles and someone is kind of like not feeling you. Or, I mean, it could be self-contained energy. This could be recognizing that there's a potential for union with justice, knowing your place as the King of Pentacles, but then feeling like, nah, I don't really want this union. I don't want this opportunity. Or the opposite, I don't want this disunion. I don't want this separation. But you show up here, High Priestess energy for Cancer, and then the Six of Wands. So overall, this King of Pentacles person is somebody who I think in some ways this is, and I don't like using this word, but this person could be blessed, or that's how they feel, that's how they talk about themselves, that's how they conceive themselves. This is somebody who feels very much attuned with their purpose, with their mission, with their makeup, like who they are. They're a very well-defined human being. But it kind of comes from a spiritual place, from an intuitive place. They may have a certain skill, like they're Liam Neeson in Taken. I have a very specialized set of skills, or whatever the hell he says. But like this could be someone who's like, I did say that, like a PhD, like very specialized in their education, specialized in their trade, and there's a lot of success behind that, or the potential thereof. Yeah. And I don't sense that they have much. Well, no, they do. Okay, thank you. They do have ego, but they try very much to hide that. Six of Wands is celebration. Six of Wands is recognition, awards, as you see, Sophia, our good girl Sophia, holding up her trophies there. So it is recognition, it is awards, it is, accolades, but High Priestess is hidden, silent. So again, I think that if they want to lead, they don't say, trust me, I have X amount of years in the field. They don't say, because I earn this much money, I should get this much. They don't say it that way, but they do affirm themselves or assert that they deserve something because it's just the way it normally goes for them. So they do have a little bit of ego, but they hide it. Maybe not too well, maybe very well, I don't know. So whoever this is, I think on paper, they're very good as a potential partner in business, romance, friendship, what have you. But the actual wanting to get along with them, or not get along, make things happen with this person, it doesn't feel, it does not feel that is reciprocated. The coming together, it doesn't feel shared. It feels, maybe that's it. Maybe like this is like a business deal and somebody is like being very, what's that called? Like hostile takeovers. I mean, like, I don't know what you do for a living or what this other person does for a living, but like that's people's day in, day out. Just acquisition after acquisition, litigation, all big time deals. And someone just like throws their weight around, throws money at a situation, and it fixes itself and it goes in their favor and they're used to that. And that's kind of like the charm of this person, knowing that they're a winner. That's how they feel. That's how other people perceive them. That's what's been proven to them. But are you interested in that? Are you interested in partnering with that? Or, like I said before, some of you are very interested in separating from this person. Okay? All right. So very, not specific, but a very detailed general reading there, or general overview for you guys tonight. So, Cancer, as I said, if you're live here in the chat tonight and you have a question for me, type that down in the chat box and I'll answer you as soon as I can. If not, that's okay. You can hire me. If you're interested in doing a private session, you can look on the details on how to do that by looking in the description box below, okay? So, normally at this time I would like talk to my mods, but I knew both of them probably would not be available. And if you're interested in modding for me, if you're a supporter of the channel, let a girl know, because I could always use a third. Anyway, so we do the overview, then we do, always forget, career and finance, health and wellness, love and romance. There we go. So let's jump into career and finance for you guys. And if you're watching this on repeat, I thank you for that. Career and finance for Cancer. Let's see. I can't wait until I have like a nice, like a settled setup for all my tarot cards. Career and finance. It's over here. It feels like it's over here. Ooh, there. Yeah? Yes. Okay. All right. Do a little sun and moon tonight for your career and finance for Cancers. And in general, guys, I hope you guys are having a good summer. If you're up here in the northern hemisphere, if you're in the southern hemisphere, enjoy that winter. Enjoy whatever is going on in your life. If you're able to be out and about and socialize, and if that's what you want to do, have a good time. If you just want to chill out, I support that too. Whatever you guys are into. My summer, steady. Hot, steady. Career and finance for Cancer. Is that upside down? Yes, it is. Yep. Caught my attention. So the Queen of Swords was upside down in this deck. I don't purposely put cards upside down in my deck in the reverse. So that might mean something to some of you. Queen of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Might be dealing with a person who's a little out of whack in your career and finance sector. Let's see. Career and finance for Cancers at this time. Messages for them. I do feel this like need to like relax. I feel this need to like unplug, take a vacation, something like that. I feel like some of you are overworked, overburdened, overstressed, consumed by something, obsessive about something, fearful of something in your career and finance sector. But I could be wrong. Let's see. Messages for Cancer at this time. Okay, Two of Swords. Prince of Wands, aka the Knight of Wands, and the Three of Wands. All right. It's navigating your career and finance right now is a little bit of a spinning of the wheels, right? Like a wheel, like a car wheel stuck in mud or stuck in snow or something like that, where the desire to move right dead center is this Prince of Wands energy, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius could be dealing, don't have to be. And it's there, this churn. And there's an expectation as well with the Three of Wands on the end. But the Two of Swords to be your starter. You or someone in the situation might be a little inflexible, cannot be reached at this time. So if you are working on a project, if you've got finances tied up in something, this could be preventative energy. Something blocks you, or you're blocking yourself, or there's something in the situation that's just like a no-go. There's a lot of push, a lot of drive, at least a lot of energy to get things going, to get things progressing. I think like for some of you, it's like a payment, like you're waiting to be paid. If you're a contractor or something like that, you're just waiting for people to pay you so that you can buy materials, something like that. And this person or these people, they are not paying you, or vice versa. You could not be paying people. You know which side of the story you're on. And it's just like, it's really gotten someone annoyed because it's the principle of it's the principle of the thing. This is a business transaction. There should be nothing personal involved. If you don't have the money, you should have told me, or the contract can be voided or something like that. And it's just like, someone again is unreachable, and that is grinding the gears of others. This is fear, shame, whatever. It's excuses of, well, empathetic person over here is like, it's being felt or perceived as excuses, but it's rational, truthful reasons. Like, if somebody doesn't have the money to pay, cannot afford to finish the project, there's a little bit of shame and guilt in that. Like, it could be the other way around. It doesn't have to be the client who's unreachable. It could be the business owner who's unavailable. So I'm getting work done in my house. My plumber's not calling me back. What the F, right? That could be, kind of shameful or guilty if you're, a proud business owner that's fallen on hard times. That just to be devil's advocate, because I know that this is a thing. Because of everything that happened with the pandemic, lots of manufacturing of, like, I suppose, core components or like raw materials, like, tumbled. It like went into like a slump, right? So like I recall on the news about a week or two ago, as this heat wave in the States started up, there was especially out in the Pacific, thank you, Northwest, in Portland specifically, I think, or Seattle or something like that. They ran out of air conditioners because that part of the country doesn't get hot like that. And again, manufacturing like had a slump, had a deficiency for a while. So it could just be down to that, the crappy circumstances. And again, not the reality, but the other part of the live reality for the people at home sweating in 100-degree weather, a lot of fire energy over there. So I mean, it's just an analogy. I think if this resonates with you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be about weather and air conditioners, but it's like this, almost with the wands energy, like feeling like, well, that's no excuse, or now I'm suffering because of somebody else's poor management, or I'm suffering because of situations and circumstances outside of my control. The wands energy, whoever that is, could be you, Cancer, doesn't have to be. But there's someone over here who wants more control, who wants things to get done, and is kind of infuriated about it, or at the very least, super impatient about it. Fair enough. Now, again, this is career and finance. So for you guys, this could be, you are the business leader, you are the boss, the manager, something like that, and you're waiting for your workers, one of your employees, one of your project leads to get back to you. You are in partnership with someone working on something. You're waiting for them to present their portion of the research, something like that. And it's just like, it's really frustrating, like, as I feel it. It's very like, not condoning violence, but it's the sentiment of like, you could shake this person, you by the neck, you know what I mean? Like, get it together. That's the energy here. Get it together. Stop stalling. Stop bullshitting. Get on with it. Like, there's a strong hatred, but that's a strong word. I don't use it lightly, but there's like a loathing feeling when people are like this with the Two of Swords, cut off, when people are unavailable. And in terms of business, finance and career and all that, I understand, because those are the areas of life where I think interaction with people is more more transactional than any other place. At least the expectation can be that I work for you, you pay me. You work for me, I pay you. we are business partners. We both contribute to the business. Like there is like no guesswork there. It should sort of flow. And this is not flowing. And somebody's like, make it flow. Make it flow. Okay? I don't think we need to clarify anything here. I think you understand which side you're on if you are in this story. So that'll be your career in finance, Cancer. We're moving right along. This is going to be a quick one, guys. So Cancer, if you're here live tonight, again, feel free to type a question for me down in the chat box. I'll answer you. If not, that's okay. I don't mind doing it anyway. Why am I touching this? I guess we're going to use this next, even though I wasn't intending it, but I'm going to take it out because something in my hand said pick it up. So that was career and finance. We're going to move on now and do health and wellness. If you guys are live here in the chat and you have a question, type it out. If you want to get at me later for a personal reading, look in the description box on how to do that. And always, as always, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment to show some support to the channel if you're a fan. If not, that's okay. And you know, I've been talking for 26 minutes. I assume the audio is working. That would be hilarious, but also on point with what I was experiencing earlier trying to set this up. Because normally I have my mods here and they normally confirm that everything's a-okay on the receiving end of the stream. So, on the receiving end of the stream. Hilarious. Anyway, so if you're there and you can hear me, whoever you are, if you're there, just give me like a thumbs up or I can hear you or confirmed or whatever you'd like to say. If you can. If not, that's all right. If I'm talking and nobody can hear me and this is just going to be a silent tarot reading, hilarious. And we'd have to reshoot at another date. But anyway, let's get into it for Cancer's health and wellness. Health and wellness messages regarding Cancer's health and wellness at this time during their birthday season. What can you tell Cancers at this time regarding their health and wellness? Messages regarding Cancer's health and wellness, please, at this time. Last one, thank you. Ooh. All right, guys, let's get into it. Okay, thank you. It's interesting. They all came face down, and I took an extra one because that third one felt meh. Okay. And we have a little symmetry here. So they all came face down, but the two book ends are in side position when I use a side position, and the other two came, as like two cards like that. So let's see. You have Seven of Water, aka Seven of Cups, Judgment, Nine of Air, aka Nine of Swords, and the Two of Air, aka Two of Swords. Well, if you have Cancer, if you have a known condition that needs attend to it. If you have questions for your doctor, questions about what's going on with your body, your health, your emotional health, your mental health, if you are in between or unsure of what to do something. Seven of Water, side position. Seven of Cups, side position. So Seven of Cups traditionally is about this uncertainty or a plethora of choices, being overwhelmed with choice or confused by the options before you. Yes? So I'm feeling that as, not to get all in your business, but you might be looking at something on your face like, is that a mole? Is this cancer? Is this skin cancer? And I'm not a doctor. Cannot diagnose you through through a camera on the internet. But it's like one of those things. Well, if you're not sure, but you're concerned, if you can, go see somebody about it. You know what I mean? So the questions that you have are, I get the sense of plaguing you. And it might not be you, it could be someone else you're dealing with. But I see here like this, should I, shouldn't I? Maybe self-diagnosing, maybe going on Google and looking up symptoms and saying, okay, well, it's probably not that serious, so I'll just go ahead and ignore it for now, or I'll leave it alone. There's something about looking at the situation dead on and getting some type of information that you're not happy with, or disturbing news, disturbing information. Judgment is not sometimes, a good portion of the time, about finality, in that we have passed judgment on a situation. We have weighed our options. We have looked back at the details and decided how to move forward. We've decided what to let go of. We've decided what to bring back. There's all different ways that we can talk about judgment, but ultimately it is an affirmed stance or an affirmed energy. It's very present. It's very conscious, I suppose. Judgment, also secondary major for, don't blink, Scorpio. Thank you. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, but you don't have to be. But it's like, you have to get it together in some type of way with your health and your wellness. But between the Seven of Cups, Nine of Swords, and the Two of Swords, I feel like that's a struggle. Maybe that's what it is. It's not necessarily resistance. It's more of a struggle. Nine of Swords can talk about anxiety, can talk about depression, can talk about sleepless nights, being deeply affected in the mental space. Obsessive thoughts, intrusive thoughts, not bad, but just negative outlook on a situation, feeling, sort of like this mouse torn apart, or your insides are being ripped out. And this deck, New Era Elements Tarot, apologies if that's a little grotesque for you to look at, but I dig it. I dig like the theme of the deck, not the image itself and what it's depicting. But anyway, so it's like this feeling of being dismantled, or feeling possibly for Seven of Cups and Two of Swords on the end there. Some of you, this is like about your mental health, and you are fearful of the thought at being vulnerable in terms of speaking to someone, whether it be a therapist, a friend, a counselor, whatever, a court-appointed, parole officer or probation officer or whatever. Like it makes your skin crawl. This feeling of, you got to go see somebody, you got to go talk to somebody. It's just like the last thing you want to do. However, I'm not the first person to phrase it this way. It doesn't make sense why we neglect our mental and emotional health, when if it was, oh my God, I broke my arm, most people are going to tell you, go to the doctor, go to the hospital, go to the ER, get the professionals to help heal your broken arm. That's most people's responses. Most people are not going to see a bone poking out of your skin and your face screwed up in agony and say, you're fine. Just, rest a little bit. You'll be okay. You know what you need? You need a vacation. A vacation is going to solve that. No, baby, go to the doctor, go to the hospital. That's going to help you feel better, right? So the same should be said about our mental health and our emotional health. But it's still a bit taboo to go talk to someone about your feelings, or talk to somebody about the not so nice thoughts you've had lately, or this lack of self-esteem that comes out of nowhere and hits you like a ton of bricks. And so for 4 weeks, you're just sitting at home, feeling sorry for yourself, even though maybe you don't have anything to feel sorry for. or, whatever the complex situation you're dealing with. Nine of Swords is anxiety about that, fear about that, guilt and shame about that, feeling unsupported to do that. Because again, it's still taboo or atypical for people to go, yeah, go ahead out there, go sit on somebody's couch and pay them, $100 an hour to listen to you. That really doesn't compute for some people, and it could be you or a close friend or a relative who I'm talking about. And it's not shade, we all have our different belief systems, but for me, I'm just like, it makes sense. Like, go see a therapist. But it doesn't have to be totally about therapy. Because this is overall health and wellness, right? So this could be to bring it, because this is cups, emotions, and then two cards. Well, you've got two cards of emotion because Scorpio's here with judgment, and then you've got two cards with air energy. So it could be like a spiritual thing for you guys. Some of you might benefit from a cleanse, whether that be diet, media cleanse is coming through, media cleanse is coming through. Some of you might need to cleanse your social circles. You might be around people who carry toxic energy with them and project it onto you or bring it into the situation where you, for lack of a better word at this moment, might be obligated to be, such as a work situation, which we just talked about, and having that inflexible Two of Swords energy present and someone being very fed up with that. So you could very much be a healthy person, but you're around an unhealthy cohort or coworker or family member, and they project all of this onto you. They might pass judgment on you. They might guilt you. Oh, Cancer, you're not treating me nice. Or why are you being so mean to me? Or remember that time that you did this and it was nice? Why can't you do that again? Or attacking you. Cancer, you're good for nothing, even though you're very much good for something, many things, I'm sure. And so it's a complex thing, but for some of you, this is like also, again, trickling over into your spiritual connections with people and how often we can intertwine with people, even though we shouldn't. And that intertwining is detrimental to us because, again, it's like, for lack of a better word, it's like being infected, through no fault of your own, through, casual relationships, not the sexual kind, but casual, as in like, again, like a coworker, a family member, someone that you don't, necessarily spend a lot of time with, but it's significant time, but the relationship feels heavy, what they bring to it, what you bring to it, something like that, okay? The other card on the end here, again, side position, is the Two of Air, aka Two of Swords. So Two of Swords not only is about blocking or being resistant, it's also about making choices. Twos are about choice making, yes? This or that, him or her, up or down, left or right, all the things, right? So there is some resistance to making choices, which again is echoed on the Seven of Water. So you might have an issue with loyalty. Oh, go back to the general overview that we had, where we had Justice come out, and somebody on paper is a good match, but somebody's like, nah, I don't think so. So it's like this reluctance of choice here to continue to be close or to get closer, or a resistance or reluctance to part ways. There's something here that I think that general overview plugs into your health and wellness as well. Could also plug into your career and finance. I feel there's like a nice tether here, Cancer, in your energy right now that shows a person who is basically caught between a rock and a hard place. It feels like, whether it be you or someone else, I don't know who, but it feels like somebody who has maybe good intentions, maybe has a clear sight of what they want for themselves, but has other people around them or one other person around them who kind of throws monkey wrenches into the mix, intentionally, unintentionally, I don't know. But you, I said that earlier, spinning wheels in mud or snow. It's like you can't get traction to get away from this person, to get away from the situation. If this is again a self-contained story about your own mental and emotional health, then you can't spin wheels, and make that traction happen to get away from yourself, escape your dark side, escape the darkness that's in your mind. So it's complex. um, I don't. Okay, what's the advice? Let's get an advice card here because that was a thorough explanation of what you're dealing with. But I don't see much action here. So maybe we could see like how to move this block, whatever the block is. You, another person, circumstances, timing, money, whatever the block is. Let's see how to move it. How can Cancer best deal with this block in their health and wellness? The block that is present in Cancer's health and wellness, how can it be moved? How can it be transformed? How can Cancer deal with this block? Yeah, that's funny. It's like almost perfect. The wording, at least, stability. Okay. Four of Pentacles, right? No, four of four of fire. My bad. No, Four of Pentacles. I was right. Oh, wait a minute. Why am I confused all of a sudden? Oh, I know what I did. Sometimes the brain don't be working. Anyway, so stability, Four of Pentacles, like I said the first time. Um, well, for some of you, how to remove this blockage in your life, in your health and wellness specifically, but in your life overall. I feel this draw to explore your roots. Explore your roots. Now, I feel like Explore Your Roots is a PBS show, which I think is great. I love that show. But I only watch it in clips on YouTube, to be fair, so I don't like sit down and watch a full episode. But Explore Your Roots, I think, it's about genealogy. Ah, and they specifically draw up family trees for celebrities based on their DNA, right? So maybe in your health and wellness, some of you have a genetic component that's important that needs to be explored, exposed, discovered, studied, treated. Right? I'm not a doctor in any word, any form of the word, but maybe some of you need to have a specific therapy because of your genetic predispositions to something, right? That happens. If you're predisposed genetically and they screen with a test, they would know how to treat, right? That's what that feels like. Others of you, it's a psychological explanation or exploration of your genealogy, of your family history that would be helpful in therapy. Again, not a doctor, don't know the methods, don't know if that would even, be suggested to you, but that would be significant. And again, spiritually speaking, some of you, I don't connect in all the ways with the idea of ancestral links, I suppose, linking or something like that. That might be a thing for you to explore. That might be something for you to think about. But stability. Four of Pentacles also is about protection. I don't want to say withholding, but it's more of like a pause. It's more of like a nothing in, nothing out. So it's not necessarily withholding as in to bar and prevent, but more, I guess, like a holding pattern, a freeze. Yes? So for some of you, I don't want to say that you have to stay in it. Maybe you do. Some of them say that you got to go through it. What is it? You got to, oh God, I forget the phrasing. But basically, if you or anyone else is kind of, I want to get out, I want to get out, I want to get out, I want to, going back to the career and finance, I want to move on this, I want to get things going. That Knight of Wands energy and the Three of Wands energy that was there, go, 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 go. This is saying slow down. This is saying reflect. This is saying, what are your options? Truly, what are your options? Have you explored all options? So, for some of you, the block is how fast you want to go or how quickly you want it to be solved. Some of you, it's you want to quickly forget, maybe with the swords energy, quickly forget, you know, so again, if this was like going to the doctor, you don't want to go and be told, okay, I want to see you again in 2 weeks, and then I want to see you a month after that, and then 2 months. You don't want to have this regular check-in thing, but that's probably what's needed, is what this feels like for Four of Pentacles. This is what's needed. You need to have regular check-ins with yourself, with your spirit guides, with your doctors, with your therapists, with your friends, with your family, Cancer. To do all this alone, or to keep these things hidden in the shadows, or to live in fear and shame and guilt and all that, that's just going to continue to give you what you've already experienced. So the Four of Pentacles is saying, sit in that feeling, but then also address that feeling with the assistance of others. That's what that feels like, okay? All right, we got there. We finally got it. All right, Cancer. So that is your health and wellness. If you're here tonight live, my friends, and you have a question for me and these tarot decks that I have, go ahead and type it out. I'll read it. I'll answer you. We'll have a good time. If not, and you're watching on repeat, or you just want to chill in the background, I appreciate that as well. And if you did want to get at me, but you didn't want to, broadcast your stuff publicly and have everybody know your business, you can always hit me up for a personal, and you can find out how to do so looking below in the description box, okay? We are going to go ahead and get into the final area of your lives, Cancer, love and romance. And I feel immediately drawn to the wild unknown, but let's just double check. So, love and romance for Cancer. Which deck? Show me. Yeah, they're just like, go, go, go. They're like, yep, wild unknown. Okay. All right, let's see. Message. Ooh. What do we have come out? The Daughter of Pentacles, so Page of Pentacles. You might be dealing with an earth sign, might have earth sign children in the mix. Does not have to be that. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, earth signs. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, Page of Pentacles, tentative offers, tentative interest. It's not, big and bold. It's not, head over heels. It's very, maybe I'm interested, maybe I'm not. There's probably other things that the Page of Pentacles is interested in, the Daughter of Pentacles in this deck. But, we'll see. We'll see if that factors into your reading overall. Love and romance for Cancer at this time during their birthday season. Give me messages for Cancer during their birthday season at this time regarding love and romance, please. It's a very interesting picture. I'm seeing like this, like a lake. I think it's a lake. Yeah, like a lake. It's very still. It's quiet. It's like twilight or something. And there's a long pier, and at the center of the pier, there's like a diner, some eatery. It's like very well lit, but nobody's around. Nobody is there. Nobody's on the pier. I don't think anybody's in the diner. It's a very still, very secluded scene. Very interesting. What a sharp image that was. I don't know what that means. I don't visit lakes, but I do love a diner. But maybe that means something to you guys. All right. So let's see. Love and romance for Cancer messages. And it's very interesting. The diner has a dome shape to it. It's a dome shape, but it's also reminding me of a check-in bell, like a ding ding ding, that type of bell you would see like in a diner, like order up, ding, or at a hotel, ding, service, whatever. If it means something to you, let me know. All right, let's get into it. Love and romance for Cancer. Ooh. Trying to crick my neck. I saw you. I don't like when they do that, but that was my signal to go ahead. Eesh. I mean, it's fine. Tower. Okay. Tower, Star, and Devil. 3 majors. What's going on, Cancer? That's a lot. All right, Tower, secondary major for Aries, also Scorpio, Star, Aquarius, Devil, Capricorn. You could be dealing with any of those signs or none at all. Take your pick. I feel like this is like clearing the bases. Not, okay, maybe that's not. Clearing the field, something like that. Start over. Anew. Start anew. Get it all cleaned out. Whatever we're talking about, the good, the bad, the ugly, just like reset to 0. Tower, Star, Devil. There is history in your romantic sector. The Cancers I'm talking to, you've had a relationship or two, you've been in love a time or two before, right? You have had significant connections, possibly very fiery connections, with the feet of the devil, the feet of that goat being on fire, right? So you've had, you've loved and lost probably. And if you've lost, whether you wanted to or not, whether you initiated it or not, whether it was, whatever relationship I'm referring to, recent or past, that was blown up, that was good. That was good. For some of you, I'm talking about a relationship that was like a while ago. Like maybe it was like a significant breakup. Maybe it was a very, with the devil on the end here. For some of you, it was a very toxic relationship, a very troublesome relationship that needed to go out. But it's pivotal. That's the point. That relationship, whichever one I'm talking about, of significance to you, whether it just happened, is happening now, happened 20 years ago, don't care. That relationship has molded you into whatever form you are right now, or you're going to be coming into, whatever phase, stage of your life, or again, version of yourself that is in the aftermath. And that version of yourself is reborn, the star. And that clearing away, maybe that's it. Maybe you have to clear away that relationship, the remnants of it, I don't want to say the memory of it as in forget, as in to get over your memories, but like process the memories. The devil is a captivating energy. Oh, I forgot that I didn't plug in my laptop. Oh no, that's not good. Hold on. I knew there was something I was forgetting, guys. Oh, and I was making such a good point about the devil energy. Hang on. Okay, we got it. Ooh, how can I get that? Ooh, I gotta go under this wire here, go around here. I hope I don't hit anything and like crap this. Okay, we did it. I'm glad the PC gave me a warning here. We did it. I saved it because that would have just ended. It was like, hey, I'm dying. Okay. So the devil is a captivating energy. It's a tempting energy. And it can be a person, place, or thing, but this is your love and romance. I'm assuming you love people, although there are some people who love things. And that's real. Anyway, so the devil is tempting and it's comfortable. It's familiar to us. We believe in some ways we are tethered to it. We belong to it. And when I say it, I just mean the energy or the pull of the situation. So that can be translated in several ways. I belong to it. So I belong in this marriage because it's about commitment, it's about promises. So I am obligated because of the vows that I spoke, right? I belong to it. This is my soulmate. This is my twin flame. This is whomever. There you go. I belong to it. I've created a family here. I belong to it. There's a sexual chemistry here. Like it's that. It's like this acknowledgement or this unspoken tethering that maybe you haven't always been able to put words to, but it's there. But again, the relationship itself with the tower in the front there, I feel like it's over. For some, it's been over for a while because it's striking a tree, right? The lightning bolts here are striking this tree, and a tree this big doesn't grow up overnight. So you have had something that was long standing, or excuse me, you've had something that ended a while ago. There's a long standing ending. But some of you, again, star energy is the most pivotal part here, I think, because it's this energy of being reborn. It's an energy of healing. For some, it's about community, needing a community or understanding your role in a community. Like you see the rainbow star in the center, but then there's these other little splotches of light that to me are representing stars elsewhere. And that's kind of how stars are, right? To us, they look like a collection, like on a flat plane, but they're in different, I suppose, trajectories or distances from where we're standing. So it's like understanding your position amongst a group. Maybe that's something to explore going back to health and wellness, group therapy, family therapy, something like that, couples therapy. If for some of you, this is about, I mean, the tower doesn't, okay, there we go. The tower doesn't have to mean for all of you that it's over, but it does mean that something is changing. Something is being restabilized, demolished to be rebuilt, reborn, rebuilt, right? And so before you can do that, though, there has to be some healing, recognition of self. Something about your position in others. Oh, maybe your position in the stars. For some of you, that's like a nod to the spiritual connection you believe you have in a situation with a person and coming to terms with it. I've said this before, and I'm not, I probably, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't be credited with this idea or this explanation, but what I've studied, what I've observed is this move from Age of Pisces, which was, I feel, 30 some years ago. We were still in Pisces, I believe, but we've been in Aquarius for 20 to 30 some years already. I believe something like that. I forget the actual like window of time. But when we come into new ages, from what I've studied, from what I just naturally perceive of this place that we're in as a human, this is, what I've kind of, God, look at me having a therapy session with you guys. Like I've just had like this knowledge since I was a kid and I didn't understand how to talk about it, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, we're in the age of Aquarius, and Aquarius is about, and this is their card, this is their energy, right? It is about higher perspectives. It is about applying new knowledge or seeking new knowledge or understanding that what's old has served its purpose and to carve out space for the new, for the what is to come, for the what, to make space for what needs to develop, what needs to grow, right? So think of it that way, Cancer. Because some of you are really like, oh, I don't want to let this go, or you've let this go, this relationship, this person. For some of you, this is a love and romance story for yourself, and needing to understand how to love yourself, right? And if you don't carve out space for those things, how can they grow? If you don't make space for yourself, who's going to make that space for you, right? I said earlier in the overview about taking things to the next level with a person and someone being no thank you. Maybe it's the other person you were dealing with. Maybe you're looking at like the relationship and you say, I want to have kids. I want to create a family. And someone says, no thank you. Maybe they or you or someone has this belief that, kids are nothing but problems or something. I don't know. But the purpose here in this part of your reading, Cancer, don't be afraid to let go of what no longer serves you. Don't be afraid to make room for things that you want, what will serve you, and ask for those things. Ask for them. Wish on a star. Put your hands up in prayer. Put your hands, in a mudra, and get down to the business of meditating. Whatever your ritual is, whatever your practice is, to bring wellness into your life, to bring healing and perspective into your life, to make wishes come true in your life. Do the thing. Don't only do that, but definitely do that also. It's got to be a mixture of things. In the traditional depiction of this card, you have a woman. She's kneeling on the ground. She's like, she's like putting. I think she's pouring water. I think into the lake. I did say a lake before we started this. A lake. What was on the lake? A pier with a diner at the end, but there was nobody there. Oh, you're not even showing up for yourself, Cancer. You're not even showing up for yourself. I think that's what they're trying to say with that. But you can reinterpret this, of course. Anyway, so she's pouring this water into the lake, or she's scooping it out or whatever. But her body, half of her body, is still on the ground. So you have to have both. You can't put all of your eggs in the spiritual, God save me, Jesus take the wheel basket. And you can't 100% rely on the reality that you occupy, the 3D space that you occupy. It has to be both. But, old habits die hard. And I feel the devil energy, person, self-perception, self-beliefs, that can also be what's going on. Some of you have a struggle with belief systems or people who represent specific roles in your life. So for some of you, no offense, just to throw a very large umbrella phrase at this. Some of you have daddy issues. Capricorn, that father dynamic, 10th house, public, external space, not bigger than life, but impactful, far-reaching, but still controlling. Some of you have issues with men or authority, masculine, if not men, just masculine energy. I don't think it was your reading. Might have been one of the collective readings, might have been the distillery where I talked about, I don't know where I talked about it, to be honest, but I've recently spoken in one of these videos that I do for the channel about people having wounded masculine energy, regardless of their gender. Could be you, could be other people, but there's something about the masculine dynamic that plays a part for some. Long and the short is, Cancer, if you're looking for a new boo, they're not here until you're ready to be approached. They're not here until you sit down at the table. They're showing me the diner on the lake. Very interesting, this diner at the end of a pier on a lake. Anyway, they're showing me you sit down to the table, you sit down in the booth, and then ding ding, order up. Order up. I said that before. The diner was shaped like a service bell. Ding ding. You ring that bell to indicate you're ready for something. Your dinner's ready. Ding ding. Hit it. Somebody from the hotel staff comes forward. How can I help you? So that's what needs to happen. You sit down at the table in the diner. Ding ding. Your order, whatever that is, towards God, spirit, the universe, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, right? That's when it shows up. But you can't be served if you don't sit down at this table, right? Yeah, okay. That's not easy work. Aquarian energy backed up by a Uranus, not overnight. Not overnight. Again, the imagery of the tall tree with the tower. Not overnight. This isn't, all right, I'm going to start working on this tonight, and then by next week, I'm going to have my soulmate. No, baby, that's not how that works. You might not even get a soulmate. Or you might get a soulmate, and it might not be the type that you think. So let's just... I'm taking a lot of soulmate speech out of my work publicly because, yeah, it's time. Anyway, so I want to see... That's so funny. I just want to see... What do I want to see? What question can we ask here? Because I think you get it. I think you get what relationship... Could be more than one, by the way, but I think it's at least one significant one. Samantha, it's good to see you too. I'm not sure if I've ever seen you before, but thank you for showing tonight. Thank you for showing your support. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the live. So I'm not really sure what question we can ask here for you, Cancer. Because I think you know what relationship I'm talking about, or relationships. I think you know the dynamics that I'm talking about, the things within yourself that need attention. I guess we can ask what would help you get on with the star energy. How can you best utilize this energy? How about that? How can Cancer best utilize the star energy at this time? How can they best utilize and align themselves with the star energy at this time? Because I feel the Devil and Tower are very well defined. We know who they are. We know what it is. So let's see about the star. How can Cancer best utilize the star energy and align themselves with it in order to help themselves? Now, that one came on the top, but it came face down. We'll take that. And I'm also going to do one more. Well, apparently I'm going to do two more. So we got three. So I guess we're going... This is a big one to talk about, I guess. All right. Emperor, High Priestess, and the Six of Pentacles. All right. So for some of you, you have a very significant relationship with male/masculine people in your life, particularly in several cases, your father or father figure, your quote-unquote dominant male role model growing up, or in your life right now. That's a whole lot. But basically, some dude. There's some dude or heavily masculine person. Does not have to be a man, because you do have the High Priestess, which is a high feminine ideal. And actually, Cancer, again, that's you. Cancer energy. Emperor is Aries. Could be dealing with any of these signs. You don't have to be. I think you know or suspect. Wow. For some of you, your father, you and this, whoever the Emperor is, but for many of you, it's your dad. Not a good pairing, not a good relationship with this person. If they're still around, it's very volatile. I mean, at some point it was volatile for some of you. And in other cases, maybe one or two, this was a contentious relationship and you don't have closure because this person left your life suddenly, likely through death or illness. They're not who they used to. They're not present, so you can't address them anymore. The issues, your feelings are unresolved. So you need to lean into that. Not to say make yourself suffer or wallow or anything like that, but lean into that, explore that as best as you can. Again, star is healing and rebirth. clean slate here, star and tower together. But for some of you, that opportunity to get closure, to come to an understanding is not going to be viable. And you'll have to rebalance this yourself. You'll have to provide your own balance, your own stability, your own clearing of conscience yourself. Sorry. Sounds easily distract me, the empathic person. So I heard something and I was like, what the hell was that? Anyway, so to better align with this star energy and make use of it, if you have the opportunity to talk with the emperor, whoever it is, or about the emperor, and not talk like gossip, like have like a developed, mature, purposeful conversation with or about this person, do it. If you are not necessarily new to tarot, but you're new to, deeper messages like this, and it makes you uncomfortable or it feels correct, but you wouldn't know how to start, that's a good sign. At least, like, that's what they're telling me. Like, you're being affirmed. Like, if it sounds eerily like I'm in your thoughts, or I'm suggesting things to you that you've always wanted to do, but you had no idea how to do them, like, this is confirmation to do that. The High Priestess is knowing. The High Priestess is about intuition, universal knowledge that does not come easy to us, is not easily understood by us. When I say us, I mean humans. But we have the opportunities, the chances, and the capabilities to connect. It's sort of like, this is very interesting. I don't think I've ever said this about the High Priestess. Maybe I have. It's sort of like, let's say you speak a language that's very closely related to another language. It's like trying to communicate. You can hear words and phrases and get the gist of what someone's saying, but you can't understand it as if it was your native tongue, as if it was your first language, right? So if you're Italian, or let's use this, Spanish and Portuguese, right? Approximate languages. They're not, close. They're cousins, right? Similar wording. And Italian you could probably throw in there too. It's like you can guess what someone's saying if the message is simple enough. But to have a high level conversation with someone in these differing languages, you would struggle to make sense of what they're saying. That's what the High Priestess is. This is not easy work, Cancer. I think I said that earlier, but I think it's known or obvious. What a reading for your love and romance. This was a lot. So if you're looking for new love, not until you are settled within yourself. If you are thinking about dating, I guess you could, but I don't see anyone coming in. I just see you and what you already know, double energy, what you already know, Emperor, Tower energy, the two trees. I love this deck. The two trees. Again, trees this size, they don't show up overnight. So to have those be in your reading shows me that this is years long you've been dealing with this, or it's now coming to a head after so many years. It's now coming to a point where something has to give here. Something in you or about the situation needs to be merged or put together with that subconscious knowledge, that intuitive knowledge that you've always had. Very interesting. I mean, I could go on and on and on and get like little snippets here and there, but I think you get it. I have to keep saying this because I think some cancers, you might be, I don't want to say no, it just like you might be looking for a distraction, and that's not going to serve you to be distracted at this time. This is a lot of work. I'm not saying throw your whole self at it. Take breaks, Have fun in the downtime. Have fun when the days are good, but when the days are less good or you're feeling vexed and whatever, explore that. Talk to someone, talk to your guides, pray on it, meditate, do all the things. You know, this is all for you to, you're in the driver's seat here, no one else. And if you want new love, if you want significant romance in your life, if you want to save a relationship, if you want to salvage an estranged marriage or family relationship, you can do that. But it's not going to come easy. There will be a price to pay. Six of Pentacles, and that's not about a price to pay, but literally, it's about what's fair, what we give, what we take. Who the people involved, are they sharing the load? Or are both sides trying to take as much as possible or give? It's just like, it's got to be right. So there is, again, some price to pay is the best phrasing I can give you, which is not the greatest, of course. Cancer, I'm going to end your romance reading right now. That was a lot. Oh my God. How long was that? Like 20, 30 minutes? Lord. Without any questions, we're at what we normally would be at for a live reading, about an hour and 15, hour, 20 minutes. So, Cancer, that is your reading. That's all of your lives readings that I have for you for your birthday season. Again, guys, if you're watching this on repeat, I thank you for that. If you're watching here live, thank you for showing up and sticking with me. If you have any questions for me, just general curiosities, feel free to email me. Sometimes people, they just like are all of a sudden asking me a question, not tarot related, but just asking me a question. So you can use the email address down below for that if you want. You can also use that same email address to purchase a personal reading with me if you choose. And this will be my last call for the night. If you're a Cancer and you have a question for me, type it into not the description box, the chat box, and I will answer you as it pops up. If not, we're going to leave in just a moment. But man, what a series of readings. And I feel like it was a little bit like that in your birthday season reading, which is on your playlist for 2021. So be sure to check that out if you haven't checked it out yet as well, okay? All right, Cancers, I do appreciate you all so much for watching. I hope you continue to do well and feel well and be blessed. Ooh, look at me using that word. I don't normally say that. So that was a channeling for somebody. Be blessed in your lives. And I hope you have an amazing birthday season, or had an amazing birthday season here in 2021. For this particular reading, I will see you guys in a year. And again, if you want to get at me, you know how to do so. Look down there. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.